few months ago, I recorded a webisode that was about why good things always happen to me. And even though a lot of good things do happen to me, believe me when I say I do have my share of bad things. One of my weaknesses is that when something bad happens to me, I immediately get angry and let it ruin my entire day. And even though I haven't overcome that weakness entirely, I've come to a better understanding of it and handle it so much better when I'm in these bad situations. So I hope that this webisode will help you and encourage you to do the same. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I've always heard that verse and thought I knew what it meant. God will always be there for me. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it wasn't until I heard a message from Pastor Terry Roberts that really went in depth about that verse and gave me a different perspective of what it really means. Yes, God will always be there for you, but sometimes being there for you includes putting you in tough situations that you're not going to like. He will do this by either destroying a foundation that you're relying on, such as a friendship, relationship, job, whatever the situation may be, or he will put you in a situation that you absolutely fear being in. Off instinct, of course, we're going to think it's a negative thing because the situation sucks, but at the end of the day, it's not negative at all, and it's strengthening in disguise. When God takes something away from you, it's not so you can have less and he's trying to ruin your life, but it's ultimately so you can have more at the end of the day. I don't know what it is that he has taken away from you or is taking away from you right now, but whatever it is, it's probably because that person or that situation you're depending on can destroy you in the long run, or you are depending on that person or situation when instead of depending on them, you should really be depending on God for it. So sometimes he's just not going to let it work until you can discipline yourself to fully trust God and not a person or the situation. Second, the fears. Pastor used his son not being able to swim as how God teaches us to overcome our fears. Basically what happened was his son was thrown into the deep end of the pool, and out of panic, he realized he knew how to swim because he obviously didn't want to drown and has been swimming ever since. Sometimes God has to throw you in the deep end of the pool, and deep end of the pool meaning the tough situations, because it's the only way for you to realize that you are strong enough to handle it and to not be afraid. It's so much easier said than done. I mean, I heard this message back in May, and I still sometimes do find myself struggling with it, but I just told myself God is a good God, so whatever it is that he's putting me in, it's obviously for a greater good because he wouldn't do anything to hurt us in a way. Before I end this video, I want you to think of a relationship that didn't work out in the past, or a situation that you're in that you are clearly uncomfortable in, and really trust me and believe me when I say that God has pre-qualified you to be there, and you're going to come out of it a stronger and better person. So I guess it's not even bad things, because now I embrace when bad things happen to me because I know the bad is going to be turned into good. So if I'm in a bad situation, it's because he's trying to take me out of something that's going to hurt me more than whatever it is the situation that's hurting me right now, or he is telling me that I'm strong enough to handle what I think I'm afraid of, because we let fear of whatever it is, fear of being accepted, fear of being alone, fear of not having enough money, like we're all afraid of something, and fear is just, it's so evil in a way because it just messes with your mind when it shouldn't be. So like I said, easier said than done, but if you are in a bad situation, be grateful that you're in a bad situation and just trust and know like you're going to be fine, and it's a good thing that you're in it. And yeah, I guess, I mean, that's all I have to say about bad situations. So again, I hope that this webisode helps you. I don't expect you to be able to completely change your way of looking at bad situations, but I promise if you just start today, little by little, looking at bad things in that way, you'll be at ease and a much happier person, and you'll be able to deal with things and gain all the blessings that God wants to give you. So As always, thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, subscribe to my channel because I have a new one every week. And if there's anything specific you would like me to talk about, just comment in the video below or just reach out to me on my website, jendeleon.com, or my social media links, which is also in the description below.